Most people live their entire lives without ever understanding a simple but life-changing truth. Thoughts are not harmless ideas floating through the mind. Thoughts are real forces, real causes, and real creators. Every single thing that exists in the physical world first existed as a thought. Every success, every failure, every invention, every fortune, every broken dream began as an invisible idea in someone's mind. Napoleon Hill discovered through decades of study that the mind is not a passive observer of reality. It is an active participant in its creation. Whether you realize it or not, your thoughts are shaping your life every single day. Nothing appears in your life by accident. Nothing simply happens to you. Life responds to you, and it responds first to your thinking. The invisible law of creation is always working, silently and consistently, converting your dominant thoughts into physical reality. It does not care whether those thoughts are positive or negative, empowering or destructive. It does not judge. It only obeys. Whatever you repeatedly think, emotionally accept, and believe to be true, the law begins to organize your life around that belief. Most people think they are victims of circumstances, but in reality, they are victims of habitual thinking. They say they want success, but they constantly think about failure. They say they want abundance, but they dwell on fear, debt, and scarcity. They say they want confidence, but they rehearse doubt every day in their minds. The subconscious mind does not listen to what you want. It listens to what you consistently think and feel. And once an idea is accepted by the subconscious, it begins directing your behavior automatically. Your mind is the most powerful instrument you will ever own, yet very few people are taught how to use it deliberately. Whatever you do not control ends up controlling you. Whatever you do not direct begins to direct your life. Thoughts are things because they become beliefs. Beliefs become expectations. Expectations shape behavior, and behavior produces results. Those results then reinforce the original belief, creating a cycle that continues until it is consciously broken. Napoleon Hill taught that thoughts mixed with emotion become magnetic. A weak thought has little power, but a thought repeated daily with strong feeling becomes a force. Emotion is the fuel. Without emotion, thoughts remain ideas. With emotion, thoughts turn into commands for the subconscious mind. And once the subconscious accepts a command, it begins shaping your actions, habits, decisions, and even the opportunities you notice or ignore. This is why two people can live in the same environment, face the same struggles, and end up with completely different lives. The difference is not luck, intelligence, or background. The difference is mental attitude. One person trains the mind to expect growth, opportunity, and success. The other trains the mind to expect limitation, failure, and disappointment. The invisible law responds to both with equal precision. Most people are living a life they never consciously chose because they never consciously chose their thoughts. They allowed fear, doubt, and outside opinions to dominate their thinking. Fear is the most destructive thought force known to humanity. Fear paralyzes decision-making, weakens persistence, and blocks creative intelligence. Fear is not real in the physical sense, but its effects are devastatingly real. More dreams have been destroyed by fear than by poverty, illness, or lack of education combined. Faith is the opposite force. Faith is not blind belief. Faith is a mental attitude of expectation. Faith is believing before there is evidence. Every great achievement in history required faith long before proof appeared. If you wait for certainty before believing, you will never activate the invisible law of creation. Proof follows belief, not the other way around. This is why Napoleon Hill emphasized definite purpose. A mind without direction is weak. A mind with a clear purpose becomes powerful. When your thoughts are unified around a specific goal, the invisible law begins aligning people, ideas, and opportunities toward that goal. Life does not become easy, but it becomes aligned. Obstacles do not disappear, but you develop the mindset to overcome them. Your circumstances are temporary. Your thinking patterns are not unless you change them. Circumstances should never dictate your thinking. Your thinking must dictate how you respond to circumstances. When you allow external events to control your inner world, you surrender your creative power. When you take control of your thoughts, you reclaim it. Autosuggestion is the method through which thoughts are impressed upon the subconscious mind. What you repeatedly say to yourself, especially with emotion, becomes instruction. Self-talk is not harmless. It is programming. You are either building confidence or destroying it, strengthening belief or reinforcing doubt every single day. Most people quit mentally long before they quit physically. They stop believing before they stop trying. Once belief is gone, effort becomes weak, inconsistent, and unfocused. Persistence is not stubbornness. Persistence is sustained belief combined with sustained action. It is refusing to let temporary failure rewrite your self-image. Visualization works because the subconscious mind cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. When you repeatedly visualize success with emotion, you are rehearsing victory. You are conditioning your nervous system, your confidence, and your expectations. You begin acting like the person you are becoming before the world recognizes it. And eventually, the world must catch up. Your environment will always reflect your dominant mental attitude. Change the inner picture, and the outer picture must change because reality has no choice but to follow thought. You are not punished for negative thinking. You are rewarded with its results. You are not rewarded for positive thinking. You are rewarded with its results. The law is exact and impartial. If you want to change your life, do not start with circumstances. Start with thought. Guard it, direct it, feed it intentionally, because whatever you consistently think today becomes the life you live tomorrow. Thoughts are things. Thoughts are seeds. Thoughts are blueprints. And once you truly understand this truth, you can never be powerless again, because the greatest power you will ever possess is the power to choose what you think, what you believe, and what you ultimately become.